Good evening, Mr. President. I
Good
call you
evening,
Mr.
my brother.
because I know we won the election and the criminals stole it from us. Mr. President, from what we have seen in the past year, we have seen that our ballot revolution will not do it. We have also seen that the courts will not do it for us. They are compromised. We saw the blatant whatever they did at the Supreme Court. And we have seen subsequently how the criminals in government today, I will use the word criminals because we all in this room know the truth. The whole world knows the truth. How they have continued to blatantly put their people, their cronies in power, from INEC to police to whatever arms of government. Mr. President, you and I know, and everybody knows, that going to the ballot again will not do it for us. Take Imo, take Kogi, take Bayelsa as examples. Take Kanu as example. Take Port Harcourt as example. Those states where I'm from is coming up very soon. The same thing will happen. Mr. President, I will differ with everybody in this room and ask you a simple question. Please, when are we going to hit the streets? Because if the tables were turned, Tinubu and his gang would have turned off Nigeria by today. We played by the rule, voted massively, went to the court massively, and we did everything. And they still denied us what was right. Mr. President, there is no constitution today in Nigeria. So when are we going to hit the streets? That is the language they will understand. If you say you don't want people to be killed, they dropped a bomb in Kaduna a few weeks ago. You visited them. They killed innocent people over there. Across the country, people are being kidnapped daily. Coppers going to Zamfara are still in captive for over 4 months, if I'm not mistaken. People can't feed across Nigeria, Mr. President. When are we going to hit the street? That is what they will understand. Because we won the election. And as I round up, Mr. President, you made a statement that people from abroad were calling you, trying to cut deals with you on how to govern Nigeria. We know they don't.
I'm so sorry to interject, Chief Owaken. If you don't mind, can you please go straight to your question?
The question is, when are we hitting the street? Thank you, Mr. President.
Okay. Thank you very much. I know how you feel. I know the pain you feel. But let me tell you what I've always said. We are preaching the right things. We will not do it wrongly. I've always said that those who want to answer excellency must come through the excellent way. It will take time. It will look as if it's going to be tonight. But I will tell you, it won't be too far. We are going to do it the right way, and we're going to get there. The people will be with us. They will come to an end one day. There are things I cannot tell. They're coming to an end because hunger, everything, because they can't do it. I have said to people, if you hit the streets, it will be worse for those you're trying to protect, because they are the ones who live in armored houses with armored cars, which I and you don't have. They live a sophisticated life. They are now using billions to refurbish themselves and everything. I said it before that coppers who genuinely want to serve Nigeria are now in captivity and people are celebrating. They didn't mention them in their celebration. I didn't see their celebration mention, oh, these my people who are in captivity. I didn't see them show prayers or mention those who died in Kaduna in their speeches. So please, let's not allow more to die. Yes, it might be language they will understand, but after more people have been killed and kidnapped and lots of excuse given, my pleading with you is that let us try to continue the same way we've done it so far. We will get there. Quote me anywhere.
P2B is a gentleman. He might not subscribe to any sort of violence, but it is illegal to be law-abiding in a lawless society. Power concedes nothing except you make demands. If you don't make demands, they will continue in their wasteful ways. They will continue going to conferences abroad with thousands of people wasting taxpayers' money. So it must start somewhere. People must show their grievances to the government so that they will understand. They are behaving as if all is well in Nigeria, that there is no hunger, there is no suffering. They are living an alternate reality. The protest by the people will jolt them back to reality and say, hey, there is serious suffering, and this suffering will not be solved by palliatives or sharing money. It will be solved by doing the right thing, cutting cost of governance. Anyway, let's hear the shocking revelation by P2B that many countries invited him during the campaigns. But when he went there in their capitals, they were making demands from him that sounded very strange. They promised to support him financially during his campaigns, but he couldn't just stomach the fact that they wanted something in return. That's basically, they want him to be their puppet. Let's take a listen.
I'm from West Africa region, colonized by the French. To this day, most of the 14 countries of West Africa are using the CFA currency that belongs to France. So we don't have any monetary independence. The economy of these countries are really poor compared to Nigeria, compared to the former British colonies. And right now, Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger got rid of France because France is just extracting. Basically, if I can use the word, excuse my language, France is just stealing everything from these poor economy. We have, for example, in Senegal, the principal candidate, just like yourself, is in detention right now. After 65 years of independence, all these African countries, I think it's time for us to think about having the African citizenship. Africa to become one country, under one president, under one currency. My question to you is, how do you feel about the future of Africa being a federation under one president, one country, and one currency? Thank you so much for your...
Well, let me tell you, if you listen to my lecture in the Commonwealth just about 3 weeks ago, I was emphatic on it. One, it will take a while of time for us to become a united country. Africa have no reason to be poor because the only continent of the world that today you can say there's a future for development and creating that enormous is Africa. And Africa is so blessed. Congo is sitting on 24 trillion worth of natural assets. They have no reason to be poor. So is Nigeria. We have from oil to other minerals to everything. We have no reason to be poor. Africa have a youthful population. While the other people are aging and everything, in Africa, we have a youthful population that is in their productive age. But they have leaders who don't want that. Because those people you're calling are using those leaders. It will shock you. I was campaigning to be president of Nigeria. I'm going to tell my story around my book one. People are inviting you, oh, we want to see you in different capitals of the world. And you go there, people say to you, we're going to put in this amount of money in your campaign, but this is going to happen, that is going to happen. I said, wait a minute, you're talking about my country. You can't do that. Why are we going to be going to United Nations to complain or beg about what God has given to us? Our seas, our waters, our oceans are being occupied, and all the resources there are going to foreigners. Why are we not going to United Nations to complain about foreigners in our territory? Our natural resources are being mined by... So the things we need to do, and I can tell you, it will happen. We will start by making sure that our people are the ones in charge, running our affairs. We might not be united, but I keep saying Europe is not one, Asia is not one, but they found the common reality then they need to work hard and deal with their own issues. And that is where we will start. Today, trade within African countries is still below 10%. It should be more. And it's not something you talk about. It's about, again, having people who are competent to drive the process. Shouldn't just be one or two. It should be all over Africa.